Almaguer, thank you very much. Trisha Conlon is with us now exclusively, along with her attorney, Todd DeVallance. Good morning to both of you. And let's make it clear, as you are sitting in this studio right now, your two sons, age 14 and 13, are staying with your ex-husband and Christine, correct?
That's
what was it like to drop them off this time?
It wasn't easy. It was gut-wrenching. It was. I don't even have words to describe it, I guess, is what it comes down to.
These boys are old enough to know what's going on. Have they expressed concerns to you? Are they worried about their safety? Have they ever talked about Christine doing anything in their presence that makes them worry?
I'm trying as much as I can to keep them out of this, away from this. This should be an easy custody battle between adults, and I would rather not talk about what their thoughts are.
After Christine was released from the mental institution where she received treatment for 4 years, she and your ex-husband, her ex-husband as well,
right,
got back together. Is it true that when she moved back into his home, John lied to you about it, or at least hid the truth about it?
Yes, that is true.
Did he also instruct your boys, when they would come to visit, to call Christine by another name and lie to you about it?
Yes.
And when you presented that evidence to a family court, I guess, what was the response to that? Because you wanted an immediate change to the parenting plan.
That's correct.
And what did the court say to you?
What was said was that she hasn't hurt anybody since 2008, and so they didn't allow a change in the plan at this point.
The commissioner said despite the serious history in the case, meaning back to 1991, there's no presentation of a current threat to the children. Why do you think there's a current threat to the children, to your children?
Well, in 2007, her psychiatrist reported her to Child Protective Services in Washington State, and Child Protective Services investigated the case and felt that it was very substantial that her psychiatrist felt that there was a need to report this situation. And so there is recency, there is currency here. It's not something that just happened 20 years ago.
Todd, if I'm an advocate for Christine, or if I'm an advocate for mental health in general, I would have to say, wait a second. This woman was said to be temporarily insane when she killed her own daughters. She has received extensive professional treatment. She's been monitored for a long period of time, absent that one incident that Trisha just talked about. And she has posed no threat to these two boys in the last 3 years. She is not guilty in the eyes of the law. Why shouldn't she be given a second chance? Because mental illness is a disease. How do you respond to that?
Absolutely. First of all, this is not a criminal case. This is a family law matter. And what Trish is asking the court to do is to make sure her children are safe. And that is to impose adequate safeguards, limitations, and restrictions in the existing parenting plan. What you need to know is the commissioner actually dismissed Trisha's case, saying that Trisha's case had no merit. She had no merit to bring this case for a modification of the parenting plan. She had no merit to have a parenting evaluator.
Well, what he said also, I have to look at this dispassionately. Would I ever want my children around her? I would say no. But that is an emotional reaction coming from a parent.
The other thing, this is not an allegation. These are facts. They're undisputed facts in the record that this woman has harmed children in the past. She has killed children in the past.
Trisha, your husband clearly loves your two sons. So you have to also ask the question, why would he put them in harm's way if he truly felt there was a threat present from Christine? Have you thought about that?
I have. I've spoken with it to folks, even folks in the mental health profession, and the words guilt and denial come up. To believe that she's okay, to believe that it was the fault of Prozac and the fault of this medical events coming together, I'm sure helps, it helps him to deal with it as well.
I mentioned the two boys are with them right now. What's the next legal step, real quickly, if you will?
Real quick, we have a hearing set for August 25th, and we're hopeful and we're optimistic that the judge will overturn the ruling.
Trisha Conlon, Todd DeVallance, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. We'll follow the story.